Hey, customers, welcome back to another episode of Frankie's Fast Film, where we cover all the news and reviews just for yous. We've got this week, which is going to be April 16th through April 22nd. This episode is coming out a little late, so we're going to be covering last week. For trailers, we have Fubar starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Monica Barbero. They're a father and daughter CIA team. It looks like they're going to be teaming up. It's going to be coming to Netflix on May 25th. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's first series ever, so it's going to be pretty interesting to check out. We had Insidious, The Red Door. It's the fifth installment of this franchise. This one's going to be starring and directed by Patrick Wilson. Also going to have Rose Byrne in this movie. I mean, they've done a ton of these, and Patrick Wilson loves to work with Blumhouse. I'm sure it's because all these movies are low budget, but they make a ton of money. We have White Men Can't Jump. It's the remake for the classic with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. Now we've got Jack Harlow and Sinqua Walls. Early reviews for this movie are saying it's surprisingly good. I mean, it's kind of funny that they have to put the surprisingly in there, but apparently it's good. So we'll be checking that out. I believe it comes to Hulu next month. Fast X also dropped their second trailer. It's going to be this crazy action. They got to tie it back into one of the old movies. Same cast. You know, we're just going to be adding Jason Momoa and Brie Larson to this and getting into some wild stuff. For headlines this week, we have cast announcements for Lilo and Stitch keep coming out. The live action Lilo and Stitch. This one's kind of meeting big backlash because they casted Courtney B. Vance as Cobra Bubbles when you have Ving Rhames still sitting right there, ready to just go. I mean, why not just bring him back to play the same guy? But anyway, we also have Jake Gyllenhaal. He's starring in the new Roadhouse remake that's going to be coming out in the next year or so. I mean, it's a classic movie. Roadhouse is an 80s movie as could be, so it's kind of fun that they're doing it again. We'll see how it goes. We also have Jonathan Majors news. He's got more victims coming forward. He's been dropped from his publicist, his management team. He's been fired from a couple roles that he already had booked. The only thing is we still haven't heard any news from Disney on what they're going to do with him in the MCU. He does have a court date coming up on May 8th. Apparently, his lawyers say that he has video evidence to prove his innocence. We'll see how that goes, but I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be crazy to see how this all plays out. For reviews, we have Jury Duty, which finally had its season finale. For those who haven't heard about this show, it's a free reality show that's on Freevee. And I'm not a reality TV fan at all, but I loved this show. This was so much fun. It's all about one guy who thinks he's showing up to jury duty, and actually it's a fake case. Everyone around him is an actor. Nothing's real, and he just thinks this is a crazy court case he somehow got picked for. I can't praise this show enough for the social experiment that it is. It's one of the best things I've seen from reality TV in a long time. Definitely check it out, especially since it's free. We had the Mandalorian season 3 finale. Can't believe we're already done with another season of Mando. Overall, I really enjoyed this season. I know a lot of people had some problems with this one. I enjoyed everything except for maybe episode 3, which was a little slow, but everything else I liked. I mean, I even liked the Lizzo Jack Black episode that kind of felt like Blade Runner / Law and Order. Everything from this show that people were complaining about ended up tying back into the main plot. We got a pretty happy ending for the finale. You got the Mandalorians back in Mandalore. Grogu has been officially adopted as Din Djarin's apprentice / son. You got Bo-Katan is leading the Mandalorians again, and Moff Gideon is maybe dead. We have this whole thing now. We've been seeing Moff Gideon was making clones of himself that were force sensitive. The big twist, though, is all of his clones didn't have mustaches, and how goofy as it sounds, the Moff Gideon we saw die didn't have a mustache either. So maybe he's not dead, and we'll just keep going with this guy. We also know that their setup for next season is going to be looks like they're tying in what was going to be Gina Carano's New Republic show. Looks like he's going to be working for the New Republic, going around hunting down Imperial warlords that are left. Overall, love this season. It's dope. If you've been watching Mando, I'm sure you ended up liking this one. And if you haven't been watching Mando, I don't know why you're not. For movies this week in theaters, I was able to check out Beau Was Afraid. Traveled an hour and a half just to make sure I get a review for you guys on this one. I love Ari Aster's movies. Hereditary and Midsommar are two of my favorite horror movies / psychological thriller kind of movies. And this movie just didn't do it for me. It was 3 hours long. It was incredibly weird. I walked out of there going, man, what did I just watch? Because it was just 3 hours of pure craziness. It's Ari Aster has this thing. He kind of ties in everything with people dealing with the manipulation of other people around them. Bo definitely has a lot of that. At best, I can only give this movie an I. If you're interested in Ari Aster's work, first check out Hereditary and Midsummer, and then maybe if you really like those, give this one a shot. But I'm not going to tell you to rush out and spend your 3 hours doing this. We also had a new Apple TV movie starring Ana de Armas and Chris Evans come out. It's called Ghosted. Uh, it was just a fun little cute action rom-com movie. It was a lot of fun to see Chris Evans playing Captain America for a decade. He's the background guy. He's the second one who's kind of, not able to handle himself that well, kind of the damsel in distress, as you can say. Ana de Armas pulls off the action really well. Looking forward to seeing her in her John Wick spinoff, The Ballerina. There were a lot of fun MCU cameos that they threw in there for fans. So if you came to see Chris Evans, you're going to be happy to see the other Captain America guys. Overall, definitely would recommend this. It's a dope from me. It's a good stay-at-home kind of date night movie. So yeah, it's a definite dope. And customers, as usual, thank you for stopping by for another episode of Frankie's Fast Film. We'll be back next week with some more stuff. Hopefully, I'll be checking out Evil Dead Rise and The Covenant for you guys. We'll get that on a review. And don't forget to check out the title card showing you where you can watch some of this stuff. And we'll see you guys next week.